For months, Minji, Hanni, and Danielle moved as one unit, inseparable, united against their agency. Fans even gave them a nickname, the Sam Jin, the three who stood together no matter what. But that alliance just shattered. According to reports from SPOTV News, Minji and Danielle walked into individual meetings with ADOR, and Hanni wasn't there. The fandom is spiraling. Industry insiders are whispering about something nobody wanted to believe could actually happen: NewJeans continuing as a four-member group. This isn't just drama anymore. This is a full-blown crisis, and the decisions being made right now will determine whether NewJeans survives as the group everyone fell in love with or becomes something completely different. Here's what went down. Minji and Danielle sat down with ADOR executives without Hanni. The reports confirm these were individual meetings designed to clarify each member's position on the ongoing contract dispute. For anyone following this situation, that meeting represents a massive shift. ADOR has been seeking verification of the members' intentions regarding their exclusive contracts and future cooperation with the company. Minji and Danielle showed up ready to talk. Hanni didn't, and that absence is screaming louder than any statement could. The question everyone's asking is simple. Where is Hanni? She's been reported as traveling and unable to attend meetings for over a week now. This isn't a short vacation. While her groupmates are in Seoul trying to salvage their careers, Hanni remains away. Now here's where we need to be careful about what's confirmed versus what's speculation. Sources and fan communities claim Hanni is making specific demands about bringing back former leadership and waiving financial liabilities, but these exact details haven't been verified by credible news outlets. What we know for certain is that Hanni has not yet held an individual meeting with ADOR, while her fellow members have either returned or engaged in these discussions. But the pattern suggests she's holding out for something, and that's creating a massive problem for everyone else in the group. Rewind to November 12th, and you'll see how fast this whole thing unraveled. Haerin and Hyein announced their return to ADOR first, confirming they would respect their exclusive contracts. Just hours later, reports emerged that Minji, Hanni, and Danielle also expressed intentions to return. At the time, it seemed like all five members were getting on the same page. The relief in the fandom was real. People thought this nightmare was finally ending. But then nothing happened with Hanni. Days passed. She stayed away. The meetings that were supposed to bring everyone together, Haerin was there, Hyein was there. Minji and Danielle eventually showed up. Only Hanni remained absent. These meetings were critical. They were designed to establish clarity on the contract situation, to make sure all members understood what moving forward would entail. But without Hanni there, uncertainty has been hanging over everything. ADOR's position has been clear according to reports. They're seeking verification of members' intentions to honor their exclusive contracts and cooperate with the company's plans. They've been pushing for individual interviews specifically because they needed to know where each member truly stood. For almost a week after the return announcements, meetings with some members didn't happen. But eventually, Minji and Danielle made their decision. They scheduled their meetings with ADOR without Hanni and walked in ready to clarify their positions. Industry insiders are calling this the turning point, the moment when Minji and Danielle chose to engage with the reality of their situation rather than remaining in limbo indefinitely. While this internal situation was developing, things outside became chaotic. Reports circulated about fandom tensions, though the specific details of protests and cross-fandom conflicts remained difficult to verify from credible sources. What is clear is that the broader K-pop community has been watching this dispute intensely, with strong opinions forming on all sides. The situation has become polarized, with fans of various groups weighing in on the contract dispute and its implications. The root tensions trace back to disputes over creative direction and allegations about industry practices, though many of the specific claims that circulated haven't been definitively proven in legal proceedings. What started as an internal company matter has evolved into a very public controversy that's pulled in multiple fandoms and created a complex web of allegations and counter-allegations. Here's the reality that nobody can ignore. Exclusive contracts in the K-pop industry typically run for multiple years. These are serious legal agreements that give companies significant rights over artists' promotional activities. Reports suggest the NewJeans contracts extend several more years into the future. ADOR has legal standing regarding these members' activities, and while they can't physically force anyone to perform, they do have contractual rights. If some members are willing to honor those agreements and continue working while others refuse to engage, ADOR faces a real business decision. Do they let the entire group sit frozen indefinitely while one member holds out? Or Do they move forward with whoever is ready to participate? Industry analysts are increasingly discussing the possibility of the group continuing without all 5 members, though it's important to note this remains speculation. No official announcement has been made. What credible reporting does suggest is that insiders doubt all 5 members will return together under current circumstances. So, what does Minji and Danielle's decision really mean? It means they chose to engage rather than wait indefinitely. It means they saw their careers in limbo while uncertainty dragged on. It means they chose pragmatism over remaining in a standoff that showed no signs of resolution. That takes real courage. They're probably conflicted about not being able to move forward as 5, but they also recognize that keeping the entire group frozen to one member's position wasn't sustainable. By meeting with ADOR individually and showing willingness to clarify their positions, they're trying to find a path that keeps their careers moving. That's mature, that's professional, that's what artists do when they face difficult circumstances. On the flip side, Hanni's continued absence from these discussions is being questioned by observers. It's been over a week since the return intentions were announced, and she still hasn't engaged in the individual meeting process that her fellow members have participated in. Critics suggest this approach doesn't align with standard industry practices for resolving contract disputes. They're calling it a disconnect from the professional expectations for artists working with management companies. Now that Minji and Danielle have completed their individual meetings with ADOR, Hanni is the only member who hasn't engaged in this verification process. She's alone in this position, and every day that passes makes the situation more complicated. The other 4 members have either already confirmed their return or actively engaged with the company. She's the outlier, and that isolation is significant. Today's news about Minji and Danielle's meetings isn't just an update, it's a signal. It's the moment when the unified front officially fractured and NewJeans' future split into possible paths. 5 members finding a way forward together, or the group continuing while 1 member remains apart. The clock is ticking. Schedules need planning. Activities need coordination. ADOR can't wait forever, and neither can Minji, Danielle, Heron, and Hyen. The choices made in the coming days could determine the group's entire trajectory moving forward, whether all 5 members remain part of NewJeans or whether the group evolves into something different than what fans originally fell in love with. Now, this story is still developing, and we'll keep you updated as more information comes out. What do you think will happen? Will all 5 stay together, or are we heading toward a 4-member group? Drop your predictions in the comments. If this video helped, hit that like button and subscribe for more K-pop news. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.